Hey, this is Ryan Thomas, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the truth about my mom and why it makes parental alienation so powerful. We all know that parental alienation is psychological abuse of a child. We know that it is destructive. We know that it is based on lies and manipulation and deceit. It is based on tearing a loving parent from their child. We know that parental alienation is about demeaning the other parent so that the child no longer sees them as a viable parent, as a parent that is worthy of love and respect, as a parent that is stripped of all of their influence, all of their input, and is really made to feel like they have no other choice but to reject the bad parent and accept the good parent. But the other side of that, well, you can look at that and you can say it's all horrible, it's all terrible. And of course, a child under that influence is going to be made to do horrible things and in many ways should absolutely hate the alienating parent, should absolutely despise what they've been able to do, and in some ways maybe even be able to see through all of the lies and the deceit and the manipulation. The real truth, and it is the truth that I believe for my specific situation, the truth about my mom, is that I absolutely loved my mom. Despite all of it, I loved my mom. I was treated in that relationship between her and I wonderfully. And what I mean by that is that I was loved, I was nurtured, I was supported, I was showered with gifts, with praise. I was the apple of everyone's eye. So you sometimes tend to think that in every single alienation case, and of course there's many differences, you think about, wow, it must be hellish to live in that house. It must be absolutely hellish to live in constant negativity and lies and anger and resentment. And when it came to my dad, when it came to some of those controlling behaviors that ultimately ended up being against other people in my life, once my dad was out of the way, that's absolutely true. A percentage of that was an absolute living hell. But what made parental alienation so powerful is that it only works when you have 100% desire to want to be loved and accepted by that alienating parent. Let me say that again. It only works when you either have the love and acceptance 100% of that parent who's doing the alienating, or even in a bad situation, you 1,000% desire and want to be loved and accepted by that alienating parent. So it keeps you going. It keeps you from striking back because you are constantly in that state where the parent who's doing all of the influencing in other areas of life is amazing, is your everything. When I was in high school, in my yearbook, I wrote, "My family is everything." Well, that wasn't 100% true in terms of how I actually felt by that point because things were starting to break down. By and large, my family was my entire support system. My mom, my aunt, my grandparents. They supported me in everything. They were the ones that said, you can do anything. They, in my situation, was not belittling. And so when Christmas came, I had amazing Christmases. When summer vacations, I would spend summer vacations at my grandparents'. It's some of the best memories of my life. Even times when I get stressed out, I think about going to my grandparents' and my papa's workshop in the garage where it was quiet and I had the TV on and I could just work and play and make things. There wasn't a lot of noise around me. Those are amazing memories. The bond that I had with my grandpa was amazing, with my grandma, with my aunt, with my mom, right? I had amazing memories. And again, the challenge is that all of those things that they gave me could be taken away. if my confidence in don't let anybody stand in your way and you can do anything and we're so proud of you, you're so great, that was amazing. But at the same time, when those people give you all of the confidence, all of the nurturing, all of the support, and the minute that you say, no, I don't really want to do that, no, I'd rather go and do something else, and it's taken away, that's control. And so it's a double-edged sword. I was an only child, which meant that, and believe me, many times it was given to me and said to me that I was the be-all and end-all, I was the focus, and I got everything that I wanted. And that was absolutely true. And I appreciated that, and I was grateful for that until the focus became so much on me that when I decided to make decisions in my life that they didn't approve or they weren't consulted on, then all of a sudden that support went away. It was anger, it was vitriol, it was how dare you. It was, you have no right to make these decisions about your life without consulting us. That is alienation showing its true sense, not just about my dad, it's about the characteristics of an alienator. It's about the characteristics of living in an environment like this. But my point in sharing all of this is that I do not, though I believe now, looking back on it, that as it pertained to the way I was brought up in relation to my dad and how needless the suffering and the anxiety was, that was absolutely psychological abuse of a child. No child should be told that they have to reject a parent and that that parent doesn't love them and the only ones that love them is this wonderful family. That is psychological abuse, in my opinion. And that is what I experienced. But over here, in everything else that I was given, the love, the nurturing, the support, it was a wonderful childhood. I wasn't chained up in a basement. I wasn't rationed food. I don't have terrible memories. I have good memories. I have loving memories. I have memories that I will cherish for the rest of my life, especially when most of that family has passed, and the other two family members I will not see again, probably in my life. So all I have is those memories. It doesn't negate the memories, but what it does is it makes alienation so powerful because the child in a situation like mine was given so much. You don't want to lose it. If my confidence is given from them and they take it away, and that's what happened. They took it away. If love and self-worth is only derived from those people and they take it away, am I not lovable? Who loves me now? Who has my back? Who supports me? You feel like that orphan child. And so I wanted to share this with you because it is really important to understand that alienated children, they can still love the alienating parent. They can love members of the regime. The regime and the alienating parent can actually have lots of moments of compassion and love and support and generosity. But it all comes at a price, and it can all be taken away in a moment as soon as that child is not compliant and loyal. In the moment they seem that they are disloyal or not compliant, all those things go away. So the child has a vested interest in not completely imploding their world. Most people, when given the opportunity, do you want to implode your world or do you want to have peace and somewhat stability as what you think, they're going to keep that. Now, I've talked before about how even within that structure and all those wonderful holidays and things that I was given and support that I was given, all of these other aspects of lack of safety, lack of confidence, all of those things, they were still baked into all of that. But we have to think about this less from a black and white, yes or no, good or bad, and recognize that it is multidimensional. It is multi-layered how this happens. And for children that you say, an alienated child who never got love, who never got respect, who never got those things that I got in my situation, well, why would it be so easy for them to go along with the alienation? It's because they always thought, maybe this time, maybe this will be the thing that'll get my parents' love. Maybe this will get their attention. Maybe this will get them to want to love me as much as, as they love their sports or other children or other family members, whatever that is, there is still that internal desire to want to love and be loved. And so when there is that power dynamic of either of these things, there is control, there is influence, and where there's control and influence, there is the ability to lie and to manipulate, and for the child to also pick and choose what they're going to focus on. And a lot of times it's just easier to focus on the negative side and ignore everything else. But I really wanted to share that because the truth is that I loved my mom. Even after everything that's happened, of course I still love my mom. It's my mom. Of course I love my parents that have passed away. They're my grandparents. Amazing memories. Even the relationship with my aunt, of course I still love her on a core level. Of course that doesn't change the good memories that I've had. But it's thinking that it's all bad. That's the dangerous part. That's the trap. Thinking that it's all negative, that it's all bad, when it's actually much more interwoven, and that's what makes the alienation that much more powerful, that much more effective, and that much harder to break free of. And I will tell you, to finalize this story, is that even in my late 20s, when I finally realized what was going on and broke apart, and it first started with decisions that I made in moving out of state without getting approval, without consulting the regime, that all hell broke loose, to ultimately recognizing that I was alienated and putting a stop to it and having no contact for a period of time. All of those things that I just said was taken away. Everything that they gave me was pulled back. And I was left with this idea of, who am I? Who am I if they don't love me? Who am I if I don't have their approval? Who am I if I'm not loyal to them? Who am I in all of these situations? That was what I feared all of my life. Maybe at different levels of awareness, but inherently I knew that. So wanted to share. Hope this is helpful. Thanks so much. I'm Ryan Thomas, and we'll see you on another video. Hey, it's Ryan Thomas. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it also helps to spread the word. Be sure to watch other videos from this channel, and also check below this video for other resources and links to help.